I'm so excited to start this room because Kinsey is great and she is our representative here from Canva. And she's going to be doing a little bit of a walkthrough of the platform, addressing any concerns, any questions that you might have, Daniela. So feel free to utilize her as a resource. And I will let her take over from here.
Amazing. Well, nice to meet you, Daniela. So yeah, today we're just going to walk through the platform, kind of go in like all the ins and the outs. And then since you're the one here, you have the floor to ask me any questions. If you've had any like pain points or struggles, or like we just want to talk through getting some more posts out, we can do that as well. So it's kind of your space to chat through whatever. But let me go ahead and share my screen. And while I do that, let me tell you that I'm not very good on Google Meet. So if I am like talking and you're not seeing what I'm talking about, just shout out and I will, because I have to click the different things. So, okay. Are you guys seeing my Canva homepage?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I just like to start by making sure you're in the right team space. If you have like a personal or anything from previous things, just make sure you're in this right team space so you have access to all of like the pro features that you have with your account. If you have another free one or something, you wouldn't have that on here. So you can make sure you're in here because you just have the R with radius, it says teams, and then the number of people on your team. Another thing I like to point out on the homepage is this Learn tab. So anytime you feel like stuck, you're like, I don't know how to do that. We have a couple different places that you can look for some resources for yourself. So we have the Design School, which these are a ton of pre-recorded videos. Keep in mind, things might look a tiny bit different because it's not catered to your team space, but it should be fine for what you're looking to do. But doesn't seem like you're a beginner on Canva, but if you are, feel free to just like go through this course. You can see there are tons of different options. There's like all of these 10 modules here. They're like 1 to 5 minutes that you can kind of go through. If you're a webinar person, you're more than welcome to join our events tab or our events coming up. So on anything from like foundations of graphic design to we have one today, what's new Wednesday. They kind of show you like all the new features on Canva. But if you're wanting to create social video ads or how to empower your teams of docs, whatever you're looking to do, you can just like watch these live webinars, ask questions. They're pretty interactive, so they're fun. And then we also have a help center. So this is just really great if you're looking to do pretty much anything you want to do. Like if you can't remember how to add an image to a design, you can just type that in here. Type that in, look for the article that populates there, and then it will just give you step-by-step instructions on how to do it, whether you're on your computer or whether you're in the Canva app on your mobile device. So it'll differentiate how to find those assets as well. You can also utilize this on the computer as well. So the Ask Me Anything. So same thing. You can type in anything you're looking for. So how do I add elements? If I can spell. Do that. And then it will also come up with like step-by-step instructions. Okay, there we go. So here's how you can add elements. Again, step-by-step instructions. If you also keep asking it questions, like it'll lead you to a person. So feel free to keep doing that and you can get in touch with our support team there. So here on the homepage, we got a lot of different things going on. Here's where we can kind of start designs. Here's where we can pick up from designs that we were working on yesterday, last week, last month, whatever that might be. So a couple different ways that we can find designs is we can utilize this search bar. So we can either search for Canvas templates or your content. So if you have made some social media post from a couple weeks ago and you know what you titled it, or you have a folder for yourself, feel free to utilize the search bar to find what you're looking for. Again, you can also just search for Canvas templates here. So if we're doing an open house and we just need some open house templates for social media, you can see that will populate as well. And then we will get all of those templates here. So you'll kind of see, you can search if you're not sure if you're looking for your templates or for Canvas templates, you can search that and they will all appear. So when we go back to the homepage, we can always click back here. We can also start designs from any custom size or scroll through all the existing doc types that we have. So for this example today, we'll just continue with social media. Once we click that, we'll see that there are some brand templates that have already been created for you that you're more than welcome to start with. Or you can start with a blank design. So if you're creating an Instagram story for today, you can just start blank here. Or if we continue to scroll down, you're going to see a lot of different options of pre-existing templates that you can then apply your branding, your colors, anything that you want to add your photos to then start off of that. Another way that we can start a design is if you have anything existing from Canva, or sorry, that wasn't in Canva. Let's say you designed it somewhere else before you were in Canva. You're also more than welcome to drag and drop any PDF assets, and Canva will recreate that for you. And then it'll be totally editable. And then you can swap out text, you can swap out photos. So anything that you see or that you have existing outside of Canva, you can also bring that into your Canva instance. If you do want to pick up where you left off, feel free to scroll down if you're on this For You tab. If you scroll down, you'll see your recent designs. So these are some that I've been working on. Here's a place that we can see. I haven't done a ton in your account. You might have a lot more there, but this is all just personal to you. So here's where we can kind of pick up where we left off. Another place that we can do that is here in the Projects tab. So once I click the Projects tab, you'll see this first drop down. You'll see a couple different options. So we can filter it to your own name. You can filter it to any owner, which is anything you've created or anything that's been shared with you, or you can just create it to share with you. So this is where we're going to find some templates that have been created from the corporate side that you're more than welcome to take, customize, and use as your own. So if I just want to see kind of everything that's available, I can do any owner. And then we can also see some different things. So if I want to go through some social templates, you mentioned you are wanting to post more on social. So we could come into these social templates and you can kind of already see there are some already laid out, branded. You can swap out text, colors, fonts, whatever you need to do. But they're already there for you. So if you don't even want to start from Canvas templates and you want to start from your own, feel free to utilize these brand templates within your team space. So let's just say I want to, actually, I'm not going to dive into a template yet. I'm going to show you. I'm like an OCD person. I need to keep myself organized. So if you do want to create folders for yourself, so as you can see, again, here on this For You page, you can have stuff. Again, for me, it's not that chaotic yet, but trust me, I'm in accounts where it has gotten really chaotic. So I would just recommend creating like a folder for yourself to stay organized. So what you can do is you can come in here and be like, May social assets, whatever you want to name it. If you want to do May Instagram post, if you want to do May flyers, whatever you want to do, you'll just keep this not shared. We don't want to share with the whole team space just because we don't want to like bog down their content. This is just for your own organization. So we can come in here and click continue. And then you will see I have this own folder for myself under May social assets. So I could then go in and add my designs. These are some ones I worked on last week. I could then just add that to that folder. Same thing with this one here. I can then go in and add that to that folder. That way, when I come into my projects and I'm just looking for what I've worked on, I can filter to my own and just come into that May social assets. And then I know where to pick up from there. Any questions on like how to start content, how to find content, how to create folders? Anything there yet? Okay, we'll continue going. Okay, so let's go back.
Kenzie.
Yeah. Sorry, did you have a question?
Nope, this is perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go back to, I'm going to show you a couple different ways that we can start templates. So right now, I'm going to first show you some of those social ones that we had. I'm going to show you how you can kind of customize these to your own. So let's say we have a home sales. So let's click into here. And what we're going to do is you can kind of click through to see if there are different options. You'll notice on a lot of templates, there are some usage tips, which is really helpful as you go into the template. But here's just a little preview where you can see what it looks like to make sure that's a template you want to use. Once you click use this template, share this tab. Perfect. You will notice that a copy of home sales has been created. So what the nice thing about this is this is now your template to customize, to change, to mess up, to make it look perfect. Don't worry about this like messing up the original template, being shared with anyone else. Like this is just personal to you and your team space. So I can come in here and I can just do, you're going to see a lot of Kinsey test, Kinsey May, Kinsey whatever. So we'll just go into here, Kinsey May home sale, whatever that might be. You might have the address, you might have whatever. But you can come into this template and you'll see that all of these fields are totally customizable. So I can come into here. Let's say the average home value is, we're going to do $1 million because that's just like crazy. Whatever we want to do. I don't like to look at that. I'm going to do that. 1 million here, we can come and drag. You'll kind of see like those lines kind of align, like those pink lines, to make sure you're in the middle there. We can do ever, so we'll keep average home value because that's what we're going to do. But let's say we're actually going to change this up. So let's do, I don't know, I live in Austin, so we'll go with Austin. We can do Austin, Texas, and then we're going to obviously change the date. We're in 2024, and we'll go to May. And then number of sales, you're killing it. You've done 6. I don't know. Not in the real estate market. So we're going to guess that you did 6 for $1 million homes. Okay. So one thing about this is like, you can kind of notice as I like moved some of these things, like obviously, you know, May is going to be shorter than September. I'm going to show you a really quick tip and trick to help you align all these. So if you click on these and you're clicking through and you hold down shift as you click them, you'll notice that this little ellipses pops up. So I'm going to do that. And then you can do within, if you do space evenly, you can kind of click tidy up and that will just bring them back all to the center. So if you think that this box has moved, you can drag that around and make sure that they're in the center as well. But now we know that those are all just aligned. So it's a lot easier, more saves a lot of time than having to like drag each one individually with that tidy up. You can also align them like left, center, right, top, middle, bottom, whatever you want to do. And you can also align them horizontally as well. You'll notice that right now they're tidied up, so that option won't be there. But that's how you can kind of just like quick tip to make sure that they are all right in the right format there. So now within this design, let's say that we want to change this photo to actually a photo of a house that we sold. What we can do is we can go into on this left-hand sidebar, we could go into uploads and you could upload a photo of a house that you sold. For the sake of today, I'm just going to use Canva stock library, but you're more than welcome to upload your own photos and utilize them within your Canva designs. So to find photos, I'm going to go to apps and then I'm going to click photos. I'm going to type in home. And let's just say this is our house that we sold. So what we can do is we can drag and drop that into the frame. You'll kind of feel it magnetize. One thing is if we click on that once, it's just going to pop it right on top, which you can always drag in later. But I just love to be able to drag in the photo and then it just auto populates. From there, you can click into it and you can move it around if you need to. Make sure we align however you want it to, but that's nice because it just like tags that frame. You can see the corners are still rounded here. So it still has that same like look and feel on the template. If you needed to change anything, the transparency of this box, or maybe we want to keep it like that, but maybe we want to change the transparency of the image, all of the stuff that you're doing to a design within this design is going to be on this top toolbar. Anything that you want to add to a design is going to be on this left-hand toolbar. So if we want to change the transparency of the house, make it a little bit that so that our stats kind of stand out a little bit more, feel free to do so there. Another thing that we can do that people don't really know about is this position button. So if you ever need to move the layers around, right now they're all set because this was a branded template for you to utilize, so they should be good. But if you do need to change some stuff around, move some stuff, you can always drag and drop. Have things go behind it if you want, or in front of it, whatever makes the most sense. But you can utilize this layers button here to do that. If you need to add a little element, so if we wanted to add just like a home icon, we can just type that in and we could just add a little graphic to that. That probably didn't make it the most design beautiful, but we can do whatever we want to these designs. So if we want to add this, or if you have your logo, if you want to add your name to this design, whatever it might be, you can do any of that. So you can either upload them, you can find them within elements, or you can find them if you've added them to folders before, you can also do that as well. Okay, any questions on how to utilize like a brand template and kind of make it your own? Okay, cool.
No, nothing.
Great. And when you typically work in Canva, have you been utilizing the brand templates? Have you been creating stuff from scratch? Have you been using Canva's templates? Kind of what has your workflow been looking like there?
I have not. I created something off a template, but that was about it. Like only like a couple times. I kind of just get lost, to be honest, and get a little stressed out. So I just do something else. But it does look relatively easy. enough to do. I guess I just struggle. Like I should just use a template instead of coming up with something on my own, because there are really nice ones. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, no, that's helpful. And like, thanks for communicating that too. If there's anything you're running into, let me know and we can go over it specifically. But in terms of, so like, these are the templates that have been created again from a corporate side for you guys to utilize, but you also have access to all of Canva's templates. So I'm kind of going to walk you through how you can also utilize those. And again, you don't have to start from scratch, because also trust me, I am like not a designer. I'm not a marketer. If I start a design from scratch, like it needs to go in the trash. Like it should not be going anywhere. So I also, even working at Canva and learning a lot about design, like I still have to utilize a template. So I totally hear you on that. So let me go back to the Canva homepage and just kind of walk you through how, if you don't want to start from scratch, or maybe one of those templates that you would like maybe it doesn't like fit your needs. So I'm going to go with that open house template for social media, which I've already typed in. So let me just click on that and kind of show you how we can also use all of Canva's templates. I mean, there are like over like millions that you can utilize. So you can always type that in, and then we can start from one of Canva's templates. Another thing to note is just like, this is something I've had to learn from like the creative side, is like, even if you find a template, like this could be an invitation template, this could be any sort of template, you can change it to an open house template. So it doesn't have to be exactly what you're looking for from the start, and you can kind of make it your own. That's the nice thing, is that Canva is so customizable and every single thing is editable. So you're never locked into anything with Canva's templates. So you can see just for open house templates, almost like over 250,000 templates appear. So you can kind of scroll through, you can click see more. You can also filter it down more. So if you want, we can click see all. And then we can also we can add a category. So we can, if we want on social media, we want an Instagram post, so we can have those automatically populate. And we can also apply different filters as well. So if we want the square format, we don't want it for a story. We want a business theme looking, like you can choose any of this and then we can apply. And so we can get like a lot more granular in what we're looking for. So let's say we're going to do this open house. Let's say we want to use this template. You can kind of see a preview here. And then what we can do is we can click customize this template. So what that does is that also creates your own version of this template. So now we can rename it here, and we can come in here and look through this design and move things around, change things as we would like. So as we start to click through, maybe we want to add our own logo here. So here I can go through elements, and we're going to pretend that you've uploaded your logo, but I'm just going to choose a random one. So like home logo. I'm going to choose this one. So I can come into here and I can delete these. Like, again, as I mentioned, anything can be editable. So I can make this smaller, and I could just come in here and make sure that it's in the middle of the page. There we go. Again, if you click the ellipses and we can align to page, it's already in the center, but I could have done center just to make that even easier. I'll use the tips I'm actually showing you. So then now it's in the center there. So we can come in here. So the open house, it's going to be on Monday, July 1st, 2024. We can type in the address. Make my own street, whatever. So you can go in there and type everything out. Here we can come in and look, we can zoom in. We can look and see reservation information. We can come in here and we could just add your email if that's the way that you want them to reach out to you. We can also come into this, and let's say that we don't like these colors. What we can do is we can select them all at once, and then we can click this text color up here. And I could change these based on a color palette. You can also change any color. So let's say we want to go with our branding. We like the bluish color, so we can just select that. Also, if you have a hex code that you're using, feel free to utilize that as well. But now we have the blue color. I'm going to come in here. I am your real estate agent. I will add my phone number there. And then I can also add in an image as well. So here we could go in and add in a headshot. I'm like, let's see if I can find a headshot for you there. Let me find one real quick. I'll save mine. And here, what I can do is I can just copy that image and I can just paste it into there. And you'll see as I drag and drop, that will go in. I can then customize that. We don't really need the flowers in there. Cool. And then we could also drop in your house photo. So if we also wanted to utilize your house photo, we could also drop that in there so we can see where those layers are. That's actually is the background. So what we can do is, again, we could upload a photo. We can copy and paste one. I'm going to use a generic one just for today's. And you'll notice you get some recommendations too, because it sees that it's an open house template. It will come in here and we can swap it out. So this is my house that I'm going to do. And you can see that that will populate to the background. Now, with that, you can obviously see that some things, like, you can't read all this anymore. So there's a couple different things we could do. We could turn down the transparency. I kind of like the look of that. But then with that, I'm like, maybe I need to make these like a darker color so that you can see them. So I can come in here again. I just selected all of those at once. I can change that text color. Let's just go with black for this. And then that's a lot easier to see and read. This is my house, my headshot, anything like that that we can add to that design. One thing about Canva as well is we have a lot of AI tools to help with efficiencies and kind of help speed things up. So even with this image here, I'm going to add another page just so I can show you what it looks like more in depth. But I'm going to put my headshot back there. And let's just say that pink is way too distracting on that image. What I can do is I can edit that photo just within Canva. So you don't need to edit it before, you can edit it within Canva. And for this instance, I'm going to utilize the background remover. And what that will do is that will remove the background. So it keeps the foreground there. The background is removed. And you can do this with any houses. You can do this with any rooms. You can do this with headshots. You can do it with anything. So then I can come in here and I can just copy that back. And we'll just paste that back and you'll see it pasted without the background. And then we could bring that into there. So maybe this is a little bit, whoa, I don't need my head that big. Maybe we can make this a little bit less distracting by utilizing this in that box there. And that kind of looks a little bit better than that pop of pink. So that is kind of how we can utilize the background remover to change that as well. Some other really cool things that you can do with photo editing is you can do magic eraser. So if I wanted to erase those flowers from the image, I could. I can also magic edit if I wanted to add a blazer to myself. I'm probably going to make it funky and I'm not going to show you right now because I've already applied one to it, but just keep that in mind. You can do that. I'm turning the side. So we would have to see what it looks like, but you're more than welcome to add that there. Another thing that I do like to mention is reservation information. Let's just say that you want to have them go to a website or to be sent to your email, whatever it might be. We can also create QR codes in Canva. Do you guys utilize QR codes a lot?
For our internal team, we do. I'm not sure about you, Daniela, if Elizabeth and your guys' team does something different with QR codes. But let us know.
I'm sorry. What did you guys say? I didn't hear you. The QR codes?
Yeah,
just asking about QR codes, if that's something that the team utilizes at all.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we have one. She made one, and we have one on our business cards, on pretty much almost everything, just so it's accessible. If you don't have, it's a QR code. You know, anyone can use it. So yeah, we do. We do have them. We do use them.
Excellent.
But okay. I actually don't know where I need to get. I probably should get one from her for that purpose. If I'm going to make content, I guess I should just put it on there when or does that look bad? No,
I think it depends. I think I probably went astray because I'm like, okay, on a social media post, you might not put a QR code, but if you have any like flyers or want to include them anywhere, if you wanted to print this out and send it to people, you could also include it there. So for more like printed content, I feel like is when QR codes are going to be more useful. Yeah. But you can also create them within Canva. So within the app section, you can go to QR codes. So if you have like a sign up link to go to an open house, or you just want to put a QR code on all of your content so it leads to your website or wherever that might go, you can just do one really quickly in Canva. I'm going to create one to go to Canva, but I can just generate a code and then there we can apply it on a design. And then if anyone is scanning it for any like reason or anything, you can always just like apply that on there. Again, probably not the best use case for a social media piece, but I just wanted to mention that you can create one on your own just within Canva as well. So you don't even have to have
I
access
didn't
to.
even know that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I'm going to delete this because I liked the information better. So ignore me on that. But it is really great to be able to have and create that just directly with Canva. Again, it's on the apps section. So let's say that this is done. This is all we need. We can just go in and delete that second page. What we can do with that design after, we have a couple different options. So first off, I really like to save it back to that folder that I created just so again, OCD in my head. Everyone might not have that, but you're more than welcome to like file. You can save to folder and I can just save it to my May social assets. You can also save to folder over here as well. You can move to a folder as well. And then what you can do is you can download it, but you can also just share it directly to social. So you can also log into your social media accounts from Canva to just share that immediately. It will post directly through it just once you've logged in. Another option is we can schedule content. So if you want to start building out a content planner, you can have that within Canva. So if you have decided that you want to post, you had mentioned like you're being pushed to post more. So if you want to post, let's see, I don't know, 3 days a week or something, you can start to schedule that content out. So you're not having to do it all at one time. So you could create 5 pieces of assets today super quickly and then just schedule them out for the next 5 days or whatever that looks like. So you can also utilize the content planner. So if we wanted for this to go out tomorrow morning,
Where did
at
you find
9.
that? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kinsey, but
No, you're fine.
where
I
did
went to
you?
share
Okay,
and then
and
the
you
schedule
log
button.
no, for your Instagram to link it up. So then that way I can just directly link it up. So just through the share button right there.
Yeah,
And
just through the share button. If you're not seeing this here, you can just click more and then you'll see Instagram. And then what you'll do is you can immediately post from the app. And then you'll scan this just to log into your Instagram.
oh my God, that's perfect.
Yeah. So you can just share that immediately. So you don't have to even worry about like downloading it and then saving it and then uploading it or like sending it to your phone, whatever. So you can just log in directly there.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And then if you do want to plan it out, if you don't want to post the 5 things you did right now, you can also just schedule them there at the time. And then you'll just select that Instagram that you're logged into. And then you can write that caption and just schedule that out. And then at that time, that will just share out immediately.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. So it'll really help time. Again, set like 30 minutes aside of a day, crank out like 5 pieces of content, swap out those houses, open house times, and then you can just publish those and you don't have to worry about going back and making sure you actually post them. It'll just do it for you.
That's super helpful because I am constantly forgetting. I'm just like always on the go and doing stuff. So I'm just like, I think I leave social media for posting and stuff for like on the back burner. I'm like,
Yeah. No, you can definitely be like proactive with it here. And 2, if you ever need to go back to see kind of what you've planned, you can go to the Canva homepage and then click apps and content planner, and this will list out what you have. So it's also kind of cool because if you want to post for National Hamburger Day, like just to get more content out there, even if it's maybe not house related, like you're more than welcome to just like also schedule post. So you can also schedule them from here. So let's say on the 27th, I want to post this. So then I can click this post. I can click the channel that I want to do it, write that caption, and then schedule that there as well. So you don't have to be within the editor to schedule that.
okay,
So there's a couple different ways you can do that.
that's super helpful.
Okay, perfect. So then share this tab instead. Another thing that we can do with it, once it's done, save to folder, publish immediately, but you can also download it. So you do have that option to do so here. Make sure if you do add any elements or any videos to your design, just to like, when you click download, you'll see the options. But let's say there was a video in here, like just make sure you're downloading it as like an MP4 so that will actually play. Another really helpful tool is like, let's say we have this for an Instagram post, but we also want to tease it on like an Instagram story. We can utilize this magic resize here, and then I could type in Instagram story, and I can come into here, and then I can click continue. And in this case, you can just continue with, you can resize this one, but I typically like to make copies just so you still have access to both. So I do that, and then I can click open your story. And then here it's already done all of that resizing for you on the new size dimension. So you can notice like some things will change. You might need to make a couple things bigger. We can make these 2 things bigger so you can read it a little bit better. We could also make the open house bigger if need be. Make these lines again, like ooh, wow, that went crazy. We can just drag that around wherever that might need to pin to. So it has that cohesive look and feel there. But we can do as we need, but then like you didn't have to start from scratch. You just have all of the content here. And then you can just move some stuff around as need be. Do that here. We can do that. And then like within, I don't know, I probably did that within like a minute. You just have all of that content now within this new post size. Then you can share that to stories, whatever, download, however you need to do. But it's super quick that you don't have to totally restart and you have that same look and feel for that design. Okay. That's kind of what I have for you guys in terms of just making sure that you guys feel comfortable and confident. Daniela, I know you had mentioned, I think it might just be like worth getting in there and playing with it, but do you have any immediate questions or like concerns or something I went over too fast so you want me to go back over?
Not really. I kind of just have to get in there a little bit more myself to see if anything comes up. But I mean, it looked pretty easy from when you were showing it, like how to do it.
Okay, perfect. Also, sorry that I put you on the spot like 10 times.
It's all good. Trust me.
Thank you for joining though. But yeah, so that's kind of like the quick and easy. I know I showed you a lot. So again, I'm a very hands-on person. It's like I need to get in there and test it out. So if you do have any follow-up questions after this training, feel free to just like reach out to your team there and then we can connect with me and we can discuss or I can get you answers there. But the self-help resources are also really helpful as you're just kind of designing. They have a lot of cool tips and tricks and also like YouTube, TikTok. Feel free to utilize those as well.
Yeah, this was super helpful, Kinsey. I've been using Canva for years, and to this day, when you showed the tidy up function, has that always been there, or was that
No, it has not always been there.
Okay, thank God, because I was watching and I was like, are you kidding me? I could have done this entire time. Like I always feel like I'm learning something new from Canva. And so that was super helpful. So thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Okay,
cool. But if there's no other questions, then I guess we will wrap up for today. So I want to thank you, Daniela, for joining and for anyone else that's going to be watching this after the fact. And then thank you, Kinsey, for doing such a very insightful walkthrough of the platform that has me I'll be thinking about this for today. That was my one thing of the day that I can take away. So I appreciate everyone's time and I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Thanks. You guys too. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye.